Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and today we've got some more Heart of the Swarm beta games. It is going to be a PvZ. Let me introduce the two players. Top left, Welmu, the red Protoss. Bottom right, JonnyREcco, the blue Zerg. And I know that was a bit rushed, that was a bit like, yeah. I just felt like hyping through it because I'm pretty hyped right now. Literally, I've cast about 4 or 5 games today so far, and they are all been amazing. I've cast nothing but Heart of the Swarm this week so far, and as a result of that, I'm just like hot. Everything I think about currently. I even had a dream about Heart of the Swarm last night, which I think may be a psychological issue, but who knows? Maybe spending a bit too long thinking about all the strategies, all the things that could be going on, could work, could be good. Things like TLOs, Templar, Tempest build. That isn't going to work, in my opinion, but who knows? These sort of things, it's worth trying. Swarm hosts Hydra against Protoss. Is that what JonnyREcco is going to go for? Who knows? Welmu gonna go for a fast expansion. He's got the pylon on the low ground, so it's not going to be a gateway expand. It's not going to be a mothership core pressuring build. So Rico can be fairly safe. He should go pull into hatch, that is the norm. In terms of going for a forge fast expansion on this map, it is a wide ramp, like a really wide ramp, but it doesn't really matter because it's a huge map. So unless your opponent's going for something really cheesy like a 6 pool or something, you're not gonna be in too much trouble. But this probe still just being irritating, delaying some mining time, just like a complete beast. Welmu's just like, no, thou shall not mine from here. And Rico is not going to really care and is going to go and take his natural base because it's not getting blocked by a pylon or a probe. So all in all, that's good news for Johnny. He can just be like, yeah, take expansion, all good. Meanwhile, Welmu also going for that approach of taking expansion is good. That is what we should do. Expand, expand, expand. Still on the probe, just sitting here. He does know that's down, right? He doesn't know that's down yet. He must have seen it. No, didn't he? And then he's just like, oh, you already took that hatchery. Okay, completely missed that drone. Bad times, good start. GG, no re. But what is important is that Rico now comes in with this Overlord and sees that the forge is there, the gateway's there, the pylons are there, and the nexus is there. So it's like, yep, I can deal with this. I can take a third base. This is gonna be macro town, and the population is Welmu and Rico. Of course, these two are also great guys. I forgot to mention that. I talk to Johnny quite a bit, I talk to Welmu occasionally, and they are awesome people. So you should go and follow them on Facebook and Twitter and whatever other social mediums they are using, because they are cool. That is, just gonna let that sink in for a minute, that yes, they are indeed cool people, and you should like them, because I like them. And also because you should like them anyway. Now, let's go back to the game, as opposed to just promoting the players like I've got a bit of a crush on them. It is, of course, just going to be everything standard so far. There's the 2 Zerglings out, not 4. That's just to make sure that this probe doesn't chuck down a proxy pylon and that there are no cannons. This third base is pretty much the logical base to take now, because you can defend this area quite easily as Zerg, and taking this base can be awkward due to the destructible rocks, and also this cliff area can make you get into some awkward situations which you don't really want. But it is a quick 4th, and that's the important thing. But likewise, it's a quick 3rd base map as well for Protoss and Terran. You can knock down these rocks, kick down the rock tower, and then just laugh as a Zerg player. Can't really get in to do anything about it, and that's what a lot of Protoss and Terrans have been choosing to do, at least recently. So we'll wait to see whether that is what Welmu will do, whether he's going to chuck down a Stargate or not. That's something that I'm always interested in, because Oracle play, good on this map, lots of dead space. Really any kind of airplay is solid when there's so much dead space around the map, but this Overlord position is nice. Rico can see that that gas was coming down. He can't see this gas yet, but he can move that Overlord very fractionally to get a look. He can also see if this base gets taken, which some Protoss players have done. I've seen it, but this one is really the real money base to take, and it works pretty standard. So Mothership Core on its way. That is all good news, because once you start getting the Mothership Core, you can start poking, prodding, and being defended with photon overcharge, etc. So this is still looking pretty much the norm, just the creep spread going along its day-to-day business. The first gases are getting taken, all 3 at once, at just over 50 supply. There's different trains of thoughts of when you can go for it. It just depends on what build you're going for. And now we're just looking for the tech choice out of Rico. Are we going to be seeing, for example, Roach Hydra? Are we going to see Hydra Swarm Host Corruptor? There's different options on what you can do, and it's up to the individual. There isn't a best option at the moment, and I think that's good because, unfortunately, in Wings of Liberty, Ling Roach Infester is really common. REcco could also go for Mutas. That is something that can be done, just due to how quickly they regenerate. But these two Stalkers are going to try and be irritating. We've got the Mothership Core there as well, dealing a nice little bit of extra damage, and only the Queens can do anything about that. But there are a few on the field. The Creep Spread trying to join up these two bases as quickly as possible. But REcco getting out a good number of Zerglings. He's getting out speed as well. But behind this, Welmu has got the Twilight Council coming out. Could be for Blink, could just be for a tech path upgrade into Templar Archives, for example. But we will wait to see what he chooses to do. But for the moment, REcco just has to hold off this push. There's quite a few more Stalkers coming in. Blink is now getting research, but all REcco needs to do to deal with this is get a lot of Speedlings out, and you can't really go wrong. But even if this force gets surrounded, the Mothership Core will just use Recall, and it should all get away pretty safe. So in that sense, it's actually really easy for Protoss players to be super aggressive as we're seeing now, and as a result of that, we should see this sort of early game aggression come out very frequently in this matchup. But the Zerglings are coming in. Speed is about to finish up any second now. Where is Speed? There we go, it's done. So this is when these Stalkers have to be very, very cautious, because Speedlings can get us around and will deal effectively with Stalkers. In they come, they're going to go for the pylon. No, they're not, they're going to go for the Stalkers, get us around, and now this round, there's the mass recall, as expected. And that is when every Zerg player is just like, of course. And that, I hope the sigh came out on my microphone there, because that is what every Zerg player does when a mass recall hits in that situation. Like, I surrounded them, but I know it's pointless, because they're just gonna recall out of this, and then I'll have no hope. So, Welmu taking his third base, not taking this third, and REcco actually expecting this third by generating the creep there. I don't believe that Overlord can see the base. It can't, so that is good news. But REcco, he's taking down these destructible rocks. He's going to take his fourth. He's getting the Spire out as well. So definitely going to be a Muta play. He's got a huge amount of gas banked up. But for Welmu at the moment, he's getting up the Dark Shrine, getting up the Robotics Bay. That means Colossi are incoming. Archons are also going to be available. And that is really important against the Mutas. You need those Archons in there to be able to deal with it well. But with Blink, with Archons, REcco will have to commit very heavily to Mutas, but as we can see, his Spire 10 seconds away. He should have enough for about 11 Mutas straight off the bat, and he's got so many Speedlings on the field. This base is about to be in some serious problems. In come the Speedlings, and REcco just deciding, actually no, I don't have enough to deal with that. +1 flyer attack now starting. Where are the Mutas? All the minerals have been put into hatcheries, but now just a couple of Speedlings coming up to knock out these rocks, and if Welmu hasn't noticed that, they could sneak in about 10 years when they finally manage to kill those rocks off. But when they do, it could catch him off guard. So Mutas are on the way out. 10 are in production, +1 is coming down. 1-1 melee and armor for Zerg is also on its way. The Dark Shrine nearly finished. It is only about 6 seconds away. So due to that, Archons should be possible shortly. And just seeing so many Speedlings and no Roaches is a bit of a giveaway to Welmu that it's quite likely to be a Mutalist style. But still, these Speedlings, are they actually going to manage to sneak in? Because my goodness, if Welmu fell for that, that would be bad news. And it looks like he's very far forward. He is starting to move back though, but he has no clue. Does he even have vision of this? He does see it. So he can see that area, but I just don't know if he knows they're going down. But now he realizes and is like, oh, I see what you were trying to do there. But that of course means the Welmu's pulled his army back, and REcco can come streaming into the third. So many units. Meanwhile, Mutas coming in to harass the main Artosis pylon on so many gateways, and this is where Welmu is going to be stretched to his absolute multitasking limit, because there are attacks coming down at your natural, at your third, and at your main. The cannon getting focused. Of course, the Mutas staying up. We still have 18 on the field, more coming out as well. The Zerglings pulling back for the time being, but DTs are in the main. This is so stressful for both players. Like, DTs are attacking me, Mutas are attacking me. The Blink Stalk is trying to deal with this, and this is where the real action is, because can the Mutas get away, or is REcco's attention down trying to deal with the DTs, preventing the lair from going down? Will it fall? No, it doesn't. It survives with just 78 health points, and my goodness, that was an intense minute or so of StarCraft action. Let's try and recap. So, we had Zerglings into the third, Zerglings into the natural, Mutas into the main, and DTs into REcco's main. All of which was defended. In terms of losses, Welmu lost about half of what REcco did. but REcco does have still 11 mutas out. He lost quite a few in the engagement here, while the Stalkers head on because he was busy concentrating on the DTs back at his base. But we can see here that Welmu, he's got the observer there, he sees what's coming out, he can prepare for it appropriately. Johnny trying to get down some detection, some static defense, just to make sure that those DTs don't have too much fun. And oh my goodness, the natural is taken down. That is something I did not see and I should have seen earlier, but that is really a big problem because REcco, he's taking this 5th base, but the Stalkers are on their way up. Can these mutas and speedlings deal with this? They should be able to. There's a lot there, but some good force fields coming down, preventing a lot of the speedlings from engaging. But there's a tiny gap to the edge, more force fields being forced. REcco trying to knock this down. He's got more units incoming. The speedlings are just doing damage, but Welmu is blink microing his heart out. But REcco is going to be able to clean up this push for the moment, and the Stalkers are not going to be able to get away. There's no mothership core there in order to recall, and with more mutas coming in, more damage is being done. The blink is being utilised as best it can, but just overpowering forces, and I think with this REcco will be able to win. And there is the GG from Welmu, and my goodness, that game was properly tough. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. That's really it. So catch you all tomorrow for yet another new cast, and bye for now.